Senator Ossots.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to support the statement by Kisumu Senator on the issue of conditions of working for police officers. Mr. Speaker, this matter, I think we have talked about it for quite some time now in the public discourse and even in this House. And I think it is important that attention be given to this matter. We have seen rising cases of suicide among police officers. We have seen rising cases of insecurity, which is attributed to the morale and even the quality of working environment that the police are exposed to. So I hope that the relevant committee will look at this matter keenly and recommend measures so that we can have our officers living in the right environment, and that will help them provide the security that we need. The second statement, Mr. Speaker, is a statement by the Senator of Lamu on the issue of development budget spending for his county. I want to associate with that statement and the other statements that other members have raised on the similar matter. But, Mr. Speaker, allow me to raise a concern. We have had a significant number of senators raising similar statements on the issue of budget and pending bills and general financial matters in our county, which are directed to the relevant committee of finance. But, Mr. Speaker, we are beginning to see some committees also dealing with the same matter of pending bills and such things. I think we are going to confuse ourselves on this matter of pending bills, taking into account that the minority whip, Senator Olekina, came up with a very good motion which this House passed. And also the relevant Committee of Finance has also been handling this matter of pending bills. It is confusing if we allow other committees to start working on the same matter and inviting the same county government to appear before them. We will get confused, and I want to suggest that we uphold the motion that we passed here on the matter of budget and pending bills and work towards its implementation in full. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I support and I want to associate myself with those statements. Mr. Speaker, you know, the minority leader is looking unusual today. That's why, like a shake. So I don't know what has changed. Maybe, Mr. Speaker, minority leader should tell us whether he has changed his religion from Christianity to
Senator Veronica Ndwati.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the statement which has been brought to this House by Senator Nyoro from Murang'a County. Honorable Speaker, it's my hope and prayer that when the committee retreats, the Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations retreats to consider the insecurity that has been happening within Murang'a County, the investigations or whatever process they undertake, they are going to unfold the circumstances surrounding the death of Ms. Joychista Mudhoni, a grade 8 student at Wambwe Primary School that occurred in Wambwe Village, Madhya constituency on 7th January 2025. Honorable Speaker, I do hope and trust that the perpetrators are not walking free in Murang'a County and posing a risk to other students or other people within the county. It's my hope and prayer that when the committee handles this matter, it's given the attention that it deserves, especially noting that it's a minor who was involved and the perpetrators are adults. The best interest of those pupils in that Wambwe primary school and in other primary schools in Muranga and in other counties, Honorable Speaker, would demand that proper investigations are done and they are made public, Honorable Speaker, and that the perpetrators are brought to book. Honorable Speaker, it is also pathetic to note that some bloggers or people who posted circumstances surrounding the death of Baby Wamaitha in Maragua town, including Miss Egidia Wairimo, Miss Lucy Murage, and Miss Nancy Joki, on 25th, just because of expressing their views within the media, they were put under arrest, Honorable Speaker. I would say this is a shame, because if one person has lost a baby, Baby Wamaitha, a whole child has died out of circumstances surrounding insecurity and violent action from perpetrators, Honorable Speaker. It is very shocking that the police officers dared to arrest Kenyans who had expressed their distaste and their disgust at the violence that was meted out on a very young baby who was not only killed on that day, Honorable Speaker, but was also defiled and put in a well. So I hope when the committee retreats, these issues are going to be treated with a lot of seriousness, the kind of seriousness that it deserves, and that answers will be given to the House. And finally, Honorable Speaker, it is unfortunate that one police officer, Mr. James Wahome, who was actually...
Just give the Honorable Senator 1 minute to conclude her remarks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, because this police officer was actually working in a police station which is next to my mother's house, Kanyanyaine Police Station. And I watched some of the videos where this police officer walked to a bus stage and literally beat people up with a very huge cane, Honorable Speaker. And he clobbered anybody who did not give him the money he was demanding. I watched those videos. So when the committee retreats, we want to know whether the police service has a psychosocial support unit, because he did not even look like he was on his normal day, a sane moment. He seemed to be going through another set of, I don't know what the doctors would call it, but we want to know whether the police service actually has a psychosocial support, because transferring such an officer does not give answer to Kenyans. You cannot transfer trouble from one police station to another police station. That must be handled, and the help that is needed for such an officer must be given. And we want to hear what kind of a structure the police have put in place, because the welfare of our police officers, Honorable Speaker, has been demanding attention from their housing, their welfare. We have had very many police officers shooting one another in police stations. I don't know what kind of frustration they are going through. But if it's about salaries, their housing, their welfare, how they are being treated by the public, Honorable Speaker, it is high time that the report that was given by former CJ Justice Maraga is made public, and the implementation of all the resolutions that are put within that report, Honorable Speaker, are also looked into, so that we do not just have reports without implementation of the action that is laid down in that report. So we want to hear.
Senator Olekina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I raised to contribute to two statements. One statement which is really baffling is the statement raised by the distinguished senator from Wajir. 2 weeks ago, the distinguished senator from Marsabit raised the same statement on this Kalaza. Mr. Speaker, Kalaza is a very dangerous disease. In most cases, we only used to hear about Kalaza from India, and it's associated with poverty. That means there are serious underlying issues that are affecting our people in the north. The issue of poverty, and if this issue, the Ministry of Health does not take serious concern, it will now spread rapidly, even in those other areas of Kisumu, where the distinguished senator from Kisumu was raising a statement about the dangers of flood. Kalaza will end up there. We need to be serious on this matter. It would be sad for us to hear that statement again be raised. So I really would like to request the Ministry of Health to really move expeditiously, and the two county governments to work together to deal with this issue of this disease. Secondly, it is the issue of insecurity in Samburu. The distinguished senator from Samburu, the deputy minority whip, raised that issue last week. Today, the nominated senator from Samburu, Hezena, has raised the issue of serious insecurity in Samburu County. If we keep on talking about these things and we don't take action, people are going to suffer. So it is about time that the Ministry of Interior takes serious action. And I would like to request the committee chairs, the two committee chairs, the one for health and the one for security, to be able to now move to the departments, go to the ministry. Let's not even wait for us to go through the secretariat and send these statements or transmit the statement. Let us take action. I was so impressed yesterday with the speaker when he saw people protesting, and he directed two of our colleagues to be able to go and receive that statement and deal with it. This is the only way. When we become proactive as leaders, is the only way that we can be able to resolve these problems. So, Mr. Speaker, the issue of Kalaza, it is a timing bomb. The issue of insecurity in Samburu, it is another one. We don't deal with it, we will be counting casualties. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mungatana.
I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to comment on the statement by the Honorable Senator for Kisumu on the question of floods. Mr. Speaker, many times when we talk about floods, we talk about flood mitigation, and then we go up to that point where people are requesting for support, and then we go and end the story at that point where people are saying thank you for the support. But, Mr. Speaker, the monies that are utilized to fund these activities are never investigated or reported. Mr. Speaker, the committee that was formed in Tana River County, for example, that was to spearhead fundraising, has never reported how much money they raised, how much money was disbursed, who was involved in those contracts. Mr. Speaker, the national government also was involved in massive distribution of relief food and non-food items. Again, Mr. Speaker, these were never disclosed. The funds that were utilized were never disclosed. Other international bodies like Red Cross and World Food Program and all these, they came in to support us, and we are grateful. But again, the finances and the monies that were put towards flood mitigation measures and flood mitigation support, again, they were never disclosed. Mr. Speaker, I think that the committee should also investigate, call the relevant people involved and the organizations to find out what monies were utilized. Because if this doesn't become the way to operate, then, Mr. Speaker, every time we have disasters like floods, we are also going to have people who will take advantage, and then floods become a way to earn money and to make people rich instead of actually dealing with the problems that are there. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Sifuna.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think for me, the statement by the Senator for Lamu is most critical, Honorable Speaker. We are halfway through the term of this Parliament and the term of everybody who was elected in 2022. The entire discussion for the remainder of the period should be about development and development spending. Honorable Speaker, here in Nairobi, we had a very curious, information from the control of budget that in fact the county of Nairobi had spent zero on development in the last financial year. I'm very happy that the Committee on Devolution, chaired very ably by Senator for Wajir, Abbas, has scheduled a conversation with my county government so that we go through every single coin that has been pushed through this Senate to the county government of Nairobi in the 2 financial years, and want to be told where this money has gone. Honorable Speaker, there should be nothing else we discuss. And although I share the concerns by Senator Osotsi on the confusion on which committee handles which committee, which matter, I am more than pleased to have these governors appearing in all of our committees, because Senator Abbas will focus on development spending, fiscal responsibility will be the duty of finance and budget. We need to have these conversations, and in fact, if we do nothing else for the remainder of the term, let us have that conversation on development spending. Because even you look at the report of the Auditor General, many of our counties are spending much higher amounts on recurrent expenditure. People are doing up to 60%, and nothing is happening on the development side. There was also a very interesting conversation, Honorable Speaker, about even national government spending in our counties. Whereas everybody is clear on how much money goes to their counties through devolution, we are not very clear on how much money the national government spends in our respective counties. And I would want that the Finance Committee focuses even on that, Honorable Speaker. We want to know of the entire amount of money, the 2 trillion Kenya shillings that is reserved to the national government, how much money has been spent in my county on roads, for instance, on education, because I saw the president around, and most of the projects he was launching were projects that were either undertaken by the county government or by the national government CDF through the members of parliament. We want to know his Ministry of Sports, for instance, or tourism, or even public works, how much money of the national government share has been spent in our individual counties, because that is the only way, Honorable Speaker, we can ascertain that there is equity in spending of national resources, especially remembering that national government will borrow without any reference to the county governments or indeed this house. But that spending, we have no sight over it. That spending will be spent however they want, but when it comes to payment, all of us are on the hook. So, Honorable Speaker, this is a conversation we should focus on for the remainder.
Senator Chimera.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa fursa hii. Nipende tu kuchangia kwa ile hoja ya Senator John Nyutu kutoka Murang'a kuhusu kifo cha yule Bi Joista Muchina nafikiri. Kwanza nipeane rambirambi zangu kwa familia ya mwenda zake kwa kupoteza maisha yake kupitia mikono ya watendakazi wetu wa usalama. Bwana Spika, ni kinaya kuona kwamba wale maafisa wa polisi ambao wanafaa kutupatia usalama sisi kama wananchi ndio wao wako mstari wa mbele kuhakikisha kwamba wametoa maisha ya binadamu wetu. Bwana Spika, Bwana Spika, hatua ile ya maafisa wa polisi kujihusisha na masuala ambayo ni ya kigaidi, ni masuala ambayo yanahakikisha kwamba wananchi wetu wanapoteza uhai, nafikiri sio sawa Bwana Spika. Na nataka nipeane ilani kali sana kwa maafisa ambao watapatikana katika swala hili Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, vile vile nichukue fursa hii nizungumzie tu kuhusu kudorora kwa usalama pale Kazamoyo, eneo bunge la Kinango, ambapo utapata maafisa wa usalama hususan kikosi cha GSU wameweza kuhangaisha wananchi wetu pale Kazamoyo kiolela. Wananchi wamepigwa vita na maafisa wetu wa usalama, vile vile wengine wamejeruhiwa, wengine pia wamepoteza uhai wao kwa sababu ya swala lote hili la maafisa wa usalama kukosa kudhibiti usalama Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, nafikiri nitake tu kuiomba kamati hii ya usalama ifanye kazi yao kwa undani sana. Afisa atakayepatikana na hatua yoyote Bwana Spika, kamati hii ichukulie hatua kali, waweze kushikana na ile kamati ya IPOA na maafisa hawa wa usalama wapelekwe kotini, waachishwe kazi, ili iwe funzo kwa maafisa wa usalama wengine kwamba sio vyema mwananchi wa Kenya leo hii anaweza kupoteza uhai yake kupitia kwa mikono ya maafisa hawa. Nimpongeze sana Senator John Nyutu kwa kuleta hoja hii hapa bungeni, na nina imani kwamba kamati hii itaweza kufanya kazi ambayo itaweza kudhihirisha Wakenya wote na kuhakikisha kwamba hatua kali zimechukuliwa dhidi ya maafisa hawa ambao wanakosa nidhamu na wanahakikisha kwamba wananchi wetu wanaweza kupoteza maisha yao kupitia mikononi mwao. Asante sana Bwana Spika.
Senator Faki.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii kuchangia maombi ya taarifa yaliyoletwa bungeni na Senator Abbas, Senator wa Wajir, ambaye amezungumzia masuala ya ugonjwa wa Kalazar, ambao ugonjwa huu umeingia katika kaunti za kaskazini. Wiki iliyokwisha tukizungumzia kaunti ya Marsabit na sasa tunazungumzia kaunti ya Wajir. Mheshimiwa Spika, zamani wakuwa afya ilikuwa haijagatuliwa, ilikuwa ni shida kuweza kupata wataalamu wa kuweza kupambana na majanga kama haya kwa muda mfupi zaidi, lakini inaonekana Mheshimiwa Spika, kaunti zetu hazijaweza kufanya mipango yoyote kuhusiana na magonjwa kama haya. Inakuwaje ugonjwa unaingia, wananchi wanafariki, sio mmoja, labda wawili, watatu? Ripoti ya magazeti juzi ilikuwa yasema kwamba watu kadhaa wamepoteza maisha yao kwa sababu ya ugonjwa huu. Na ni ugonjwa, Mheshimiwa Spika, ambao unaweza kutibiwa na unaweza kuepukwa pia wakati wananchi wataweza kuzingatia usafi ili kupambana na masuala kama haya. Kwa Mheshimiwa Spika, ni muhimu kaunti zetu, bunge hili liweze kuangalia ni vipi kaunti zetu zinapambana na majanga, kwa sababu hii inaonekana ni kwamba hakuna maandalizi yoyote katika kupambana na majanga kama haya ambayo yanatokea mara kwa mara katika kaunti zetu na kupoteza maisha ambayo tungeweza kuyaokoa kwa masuala kama haya. Mheshimiwa Spika, tulipopambana na janga la COVID, kaunti nyingi ziliweza kujitayarisha na zikawa zimejenga mpaka vyumba vya wagonjwa mahututi. Lakini sasa tunashikwa na magonjwa madogo madogo kama haya ambayo yanaweza kutibiwa na yanaweza pia kuepuka iwapo kaunti zetu zitakuwa imara katika kuangalia afya ya umma katika maeneo yao. Mheshimiwa Spika, pia ningependa kutoa maoni yangu kuhusiana na maombi ya taarifa ya Seneta Githuku, seneta wa Lamu, kuhusiana na ulipaji wa ridhaa kwa watu wanaoathiriwa na masuala ya kushambuliwa na wanyamapori, Mheshimiwa Spika, katika maeneo yetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, hili pia limekuwa ni donda sugu, na juzi tulipata fursa ya kukutana na waziri, na tumemwambia waziri kwamba tungependa tupewe orodha ya wale ambao wamelipwa kuanzia mwaka 2020 mpaka leo, ili tujue kama malipo yanakwenda kulingana na wale ambao wameumia zamani ama malipo yanalipwa kulingana na wale wanaojua maofisa wanaolipa. Kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna wengi wana madai kama haya, wameshambuliwa na wanyama, wengine walifariki, familia zao hazijapata ridhaa, wengine wana vilema, familia zao hazijapata ridhaa. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ni muhimu waziri aweze kueleza na atoe
1 minute, Honorable Senator.
Ni vipi wanafanya malipo haya. Kuna wengine pia wamepeleka madai ghushi ambao pia wameweza kulipwa, wakati wale ambao wanastahili kulipwa, Mheshimiwa Spika, bado wanangojea na hawajulikani watalipwa lini. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Esi Okenyure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to support the statement by Senator Professor Tom Ojienda on the general welfare of national government administrative officers. Mr. Speaker, these are our eyes, the eyes of the government on the ground at the grassroots, and they encounter challenges day in, out. Take, for instance, the case of local assistant chiefs and chiefs. Initially, there would even be security in their areas of operation. Right now, Mr. Speaker, the chiefs and assistant chiefs are just left with a swagger cane which they carry around all the meetings we engage in. So, Mr. Speaker, I feel as a country we now need to prioritize their welfare, even regular trainings, so that they are conversant with the recent happenings in terms of conflict resolution. And we also need more security enhanced, especially in the border areas, because sometimes these officers are attacked by criminals who are hostile towards whatever they are doing, which is largely affecting their work, especially in the fight against illicit brew. Mr. Speaker, I also want to comment on the statement by Senator Joe Nyoro on the grade 8 young child who was actually killed. We are recently losing the future of this country because every day you read statistics on the national newspaper or media. We are reading of children who are either being molested, children who are being trafficked, children who are being sold even before they actually get to know what is in them in this country, Mr. Speaker. I also wish to comment on the issue, on the statement on dumping. Mr. Speaker, the issue about dumping is largely affecting county governments across this country. And such issues of low sanitation is what is actually even bringing the outbreaks of diseases which would otherwise have been prevented if we avoided disposing waste product anyhow, Mr. Speaker, so that we have a population which is actually responsible enough to avoid dumping, or systems of government which are able to ensure that we are providing, even in marketplaces or places where we are likely to encounter dumping, so that people have places to dispose waste product, Mr. Speaker. And finally, the issue of the welfare of police in this country. We cannot expect the police officers to give security whereas they live in a very sorry state. We need to also treat them as other officers who are serving in public service in this country, so that they are
Senator Githuk.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to associate myself with the statement sought by Senator Professor Tom Ojienda of Kisumu County regarding the floodings in Kisumu County. Honorable Speaker, as we draw near to the rainy season, Honorable Speaker, it is imperative that the government put in place some measures that can be able to support and help the people of this country. Honorable Speaker, we have seen in different instances that some people really suffer during the rainy season. There was a time that, Honorable Speaker, we had a problem in Lamu County whereby so many people were displaced, their properties destroyed, and Honorable Speaker, there was no compensation. Honorable Speaker, these are members of the Republic of this, actually, and they're supposed to be taken care by the government because, Honorable Speaker, they are taxpayers. And it is very important that in the event that such a disaster strikes, the national government takes in place or looks into these people so that, Honorable Speaker, they can be helped because actually, Honorable Speaker, they are vulnerable. Honorable Speaker, I also wish to urge the county governments, especially or particularly the governors of the 47 counties. Honorable Speaker, in most instances, the governors hide in the courts of the national government. Sometimes they are left the disasters to be dealt by the national government, whereas sometimes governors, or most of the times, they have a kitty that is supposed to help the citizens in the event that the disaster strikes. Honorable Speaker, it is very good, very well if the county government can see to it that they also chip in terms of helping members of the public that they represent in different parts of this country, so that, Honorable Speaker, that funds that has been allocated for disaster can be used effectively, Honorable Speaker, so that the citizen of this country, Honorable Speaker, can enjoy the fruits of devolution. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Miraj.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa fursa hii, na mimi niweze kutilia pondo statement iliyoletwa na seneta wa Murang'a Bwana Nyutu kuhusiana na maafisa wa polisi ambao wameendelea kutumia mamlaka yao vibaya. Pale kwetu kwenye gatuzi ya Mombasa, yuko mwanamke mmoja katika eneo la Likoni, aliweza kupigwa risasi akiwa ndani ya nyumba yake, na tunaweza kutoa idhibati ya kisanga hicho, Bwana Spika. Cha kusikitisha ni kwamba aliyekuwa na bunduki ile alikuwa ni mfanyikazi wa serikali yetu ya Kenya na ni mwanajeshi. Cha kushangaza mpaka sasa, hata baada ya kuwa kulikuwa na utepetefu katika mamlaka ya askari kama yule, hakuna fidia ambayo imepeanwa kwa jamii ile, wala kufuatiliwa kwa jambo lile, wala anwani yoyote kuandikwa katika kituo cha polisi chochote. kwa sababu mume wa yule mwenda zake aliweza kwenda katika kituo cha polisi na alinyimwa hadi kuandika statement ya kifo cha mke wake. Bwana Spika, nikiendelea kutamaushwa na mazungumzo haya ni kwamba wanaopeana usalama, maafisa wa polisi, kituo cha Central Police kiko mita 100 kutoka uwanja wa Makadara Ground pale Mombasa. Cha kushangaza ni kwamba watoto wanaorandaranda waliweza kuwapiga mawe wananchi katika msimu huu wa Ramadhani, Bwana Spika, na hakuna hatua yoyote ilichukuliwa mpaka baada ya jisaji moja. Hii ni kuashiria ya kwamba wananchi wa Kenya, Bwana Spika, wako peke yao, hakuna mtu wa kuwaangalia, hakuna mtu wa kuwalinda. Bwana Spika, nikimalizia, tunaelekea katika msimu wa mvua nyingi, na kwa hakika alivyozungumza seneta wa Lamu ni kweli kwamba kuna mifuko kando kando ya serikali kuu, serikali ya ugatuzi, na hata katika mifuko ya hazina ya CDF bado kuna pesa ya kusaidia wale waathirika. Kwa nini mifuko hii yote ya pesa watu wasikae kwa pamoja? Kwa sababu tunaona sasa serikali, rais ameonyesha mfumo mzuri wa kuweka viongozi wote pamoja. Kwa nini maeneo kama ya Nyali Links ambao tunajua miaka nenda miaka rudi, mvua inaponyesha kupita kiasi maji hayapiti? Kwa mfano, tunapozungumzia kuwatayarisha wananchi na gatuzi kututayarisha, ni kwamba hatuzungumzii tu kuzibuliwa kwa njia za majitaka. Tunazungumzia kupewa vifaa wale wahudumu ambao watapeana huduma ya kwanza. Tunazungumzia ya kwamba wakati tunajua maji mingi yanaingia katika maeneo fulani na fulani, kuwe na shule ambazo tayari zimetayarishwa kuwapokea wale ambao ni waathiriwa wa masuala kama yale. Bwana Spika, tunaomba sisi kama bunge la Seneti tusiwe
Senator Hazana.
Mr. Speaker, mine is a request that you, if you deem it fit, to kindly refer my statement on the gang attacks in Samburu County to the relevant committee, especially the Committee on Interior and National, to the Committee on Security, given that it's a different matter from what Senator Lelegu had raised last week. This is about attacks in the towns. Thank you.
When you rose to make your request, you requested your matter to be taken to which committee?
To the Committee on Security, Mr. Speaker.
So be it. Senator Chute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to contribute on 3 statements. Statement number 1 is for Senator for Lamu. Honorable Speaker, the problem facing this country today from all the 47 counties are some governors are claiming to be having about 35% to up to 36% money on development. But if you go to those counties and see what they've done, it is less than 5%. So the issue that is on the newspaper, written everywhere, oh, this county is at 40%, 30%, 15%, but then in actual sense, development is at almost less than 10%, specifically northeastern counties. One of the counties which was given position number 1 is County of Marsabit, is at 36%. And I have a statement in that regard. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at what is happening in Marsabit, we are even at 6%. So I think I want to support what Senator for Lamu has brought, and I would want the committee concerned, Committee of Devolution, let them look at development projects in all the 47 counties. Let me also contribute on my friend, Senator Wajir Abbas Sheikh Mohammed. Honorable Speaker, last week I raised this issue on Kalaza. And I asked my friend, do you have any issue in Wajir? He said, no, I don't have any issue. And today he told me, my friend, my people are dying. And according to him, almost 15 people died. Honorable Speaker, Turkana County has similar problems, similar. And if you look at what the government is trying to do, they are trying to vaccinate animals to the tune of 22 million head of cattle. Why do you spend that money on animals? Why don't you spend that money on human people? People are dying, human beings. So I think with the broad-based government now, I think we have better eyes, better ears, and also better stomach. So let us think of how we are going to push these things and start caring about human lives. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, I will be added 1 minute. On the issue of KWS, Honorable Speaker, I raised this issue some time back on the issue of compensation. I want the committee. If you go to KWS, they will tell you the money is supposed to be paid by Treasury.
30 seconds to conclude.
If you go to Treasury, they will tell you no documents are with KWS. So my request to the committee, please invite KWS, Treasury, even the leaders from the 47 counties. Let them come and say what has been paid, what has not been paid, what has been also diverted to other uses, so that we can easily know these families are suffering. Some lost their fathers, their uncles, their sisters, their mothers. So let us take this matter very seriously and once and for all solve this problem. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Eddy.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, there's a statement here by the Senator for Kisumu on the viability, sustainability, and safety of Ombei dump site in Muhoroni sub-county, Kisumu County. Mr. Speaker, this is one of the statements, and I know that sometimes, or rather many times, Mr. Speaker, you're very lenient and you allow us to discuss issues as a House and in the committees without your hands in it. But, Mr. Speaker, I also know your leadership capability in terms of sometimes convening us in meetings that we call Kamukunji in this House to discuss matters of national importance as well as matters that affect the House. Mr. Speaker, this is a crisis statement. Have you imagined, Mr. Speaker, how we are dealing with waste management in our counties? Mr. Speaker, Migori County, where I come from, there is no any dump site. There is no any strategy of managing waste. There is no any instrument, infrastructure of managing waste where 1.2 million people are living, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the kind of diseases that we are seeing emerging in our counties today, among them, Mr. Speaker, respiratory issues. If you think about air pollution that is coming in our counties, if you think at issues of eating crops that sewerages and open defecation, Mr. Speaker, are going into, the kind of lifestyle disease that our people are facing today, Mr. Speaker, is just because of that lack of waste management, Mr. Speaker. I want you to imagine, Mr. Speaker, even in our hospitals today and all our health facilities, think about it, Mr. Speaker, the amount of clinical wastes that are coming from these health facilities. Have we ever stopped to think about where are these clinical wastes going to? If today there's a clinical waste from any hospital in our counties, Mr. Speaker, where do they go to? Mr. Speaker, I think that even as you commit this particular statement to the relevant Committee of Health, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to invite your conscience. I want to prick your conscience, Mr. Speaker, that you can convene this House in a Kamkunji, Mr. Speaker, that it is high time as a House we discuss the issue of waste management in our counties and devise a way that can be able to deal with a strategy that can call upon our governors to invest on health matters the same way we have dealt with the issue of pending bills in the counties, Mr. Speaker, so that even as we send money to counties, Mr. Speaker, health management and in terms of waste management, Mr. Speaker, can become a priority in our counties. I support this statement, but I call your attention to it, Mr. Speaker, more than just a commitment to the committees. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, Senator Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to start by commenting on the statement by Senator for Kisumu County, Senator Senior Counsel, in regards to the issue of the floods, which go back a bit of a step